All right, let's dive right into the slope-intercept form of a line y equals mx plus b from a graph. With me, Mr. Hain, and our essential question for this video is, how can I write y equals mx plus b from a graph? Okay, pause the video if you need to write down that essential question. I'll be here when you're ready to dive in. All right, let's dive right in. Okay, so A is actually just going to be a quick review. So it asks, write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form, handy dandy, I got one right here, with a slope of -3 and a y-intercept of -4. We know that -3 is my slope, that is m for the French moteur to rise. And we know that my y-intercept is b, -4, so I'm going to plug both of those in, kaboom, and there you go. So the key takeaway from example A is that if I know my slope and I know my y-intercept, then plugging them into my y equals mx plus b slope-intercept form is all I need to do. Let's take a look at the graph. Okay, so first I'm going to see that the graph points down. Since the right side points down, the slope is negative. Okay, so we got to find the rise and the run. So notice that they use these 2 points, they've labeled them with dots. It's because the graph passes directly through an intersection on the coordinate plane, and that's why they place those dots there. So we're going to count from a dot and make a triangle to the next dot. First, the rise is 1 unit, and the run is 2 units. And since I know that my slope is negative, I know my slope is m equals -1/2 rise over run. My y-intercept is where the blue line crosses the y-axis, and that happens at 4. So I know my y-intercept is 4, or b is equal to 4. All I have to do is plug those into my slope-intercept form equation, and kaboom. Y equals -1/2 x plus 4. Yes, it's that simple. Boom, we are done. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So pause the video, make sure that you've written down how and why I'm getting the things that I am. Right side points down, slope is negative, how I got rise over run, why I put the dots where they are, because the graph intersects the y and x and y perfectly on the coordinate plane. And here we go. Pause the video if you don't have it. I'll be here when you get back. All right, so let's find it from a graph. So I'm going to step by step. The first thing I'm going to do is look at the right side of my graph C. It points down, so the slope is negative. So I'm going to go here, and I want to find the next point that the graph goes directly through a coordinate on the coordinate plane, or place on the coordinate plane, intersection of x and y, and that's right here. So I'm going to count up 3 and over 2. And that means that my slope is -3/2. Negative because the right side points down, up 3 over 2. But to find my y-intercept, I'm going to find where that graph, the blue line, crosses directly over the y-axis, and it's right there at 4. So b is equal to 4. Sweet. Okay, I have my m, I have my b, I plug it in, and there we go. Y equals -3/2 x plus 4. Let's do the same thing with d. So first, the right side points up, so the slope is positive. Cool. And then I got to count. So right here, I have a red dot that shows exactly where it intersects the coordinate plane perfectly. And if I go up the line, I also see that right here, I have another place where the graph intersects perfectly. So I'm going to count to this point. I'm going to go up 3 boxes and over 1 box on my graph. Of course, that means that my slope, which is positive, is 3 over 1. And 3 divided by 1 is 3. So m is equal to 3. All right, now I got to find my y-intercept, or where that blue line crosses directly over the y-axis, and kaboom, it's right there. It's at +2. So that b is 2. I have my m, I have my b. I plug it into y equals mx plus b, y equals 3x plus 2. All right, go ahead and pause the video. This is a lot of information that seems very simple, but many people get stuck on. Make sure this is in your notes. When you're ready to move on, go ahead and unpause that video. I'll be here when you get back. All right, so for the next examples, I'm just going to start some things labeled off, and that's it. You've got work to do. So I've handy dandy labeled some of those points where the blue line intersects a coordinate on the coordinate plane exactly through one of those gray line boxes, and you can use those to find the slope and y-intercept. Now, I'm going to suggest that you pause the video, there are no answers here, and see if you can find them the exact same way that we did with C and D. Go ahead and pause the video. I'll be here when you get back. And we're back with more examples, G and H. Okay, cool. Go ahead and see if you can solve G and H the exact same way. I've set up some dots for you. Go ahead and place those on your graphs if you don't already have them there. I'll be here when you get back. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and write your summary if you're in my class. Make sure your table of contents is updated. And if not, however you're writing this down, write it down. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, keep doing the math.